The body trembled slightly, vomiting blood. Another companion quickly picked him up. Looking at Suryu in front of me, I can't help but secretly attract the eye. This time stealing a horse. It seems not. It was kicked away. My brother doesn't want to be embarrassed in front of my junior brother. Launched the exercise method. Decided to meet for a while. Suryuan is then all red. Reiki vibration rushed over again. The disciple who was kicked away. I thought I could contend. I didn't expect to be kicked away again. Instant sekil. It rolled on the ground several times before getting down. Su Liu looked at the seemingly powerful head in confusion. Sigh, it turned out to be a weak chicken. I saw another disciple. Seeing my brother fall to the ground. So he roared and wanted to avenge his brother. After a scream, it woke up the sleeping man in the house. I just saw the 3 people fighting in the courtyard. Bailua City was speechless. I originally thought that Bailua City was not unique. Laughed me to death. I didn't expect to just yawn and close my window, so as not to be disturbed by the sound of fighting and sleep, just walking to the bedside. He snapped his fingers. A huge light enveloped the entire Qinluan peak. Su Lingyu looked up. It turned out to be a music note. Instantly understand what you really want to express. Suddenly, the spiritual energy of the whole body erupted. He walked towards the 2 royal Mashi disciples who fell to the ground. They were so scared that they screamed, suffered inhumane pain. At this time, the senior brother of the Royal Demon Department and Crosstalk, I learned that my 2 junior brothers, after being tyrannized by the disciples of the captive department, play together. Immediately order all Royal Demon Zidi to go to clear the wind. Ask for an explanation. So shameless. First, his own fish demon play was wrong first. On the contrary, Le Ju Qingluan Peak fought backwards. After thinking for a moment, decided to go to the law enforcement hall to file a complaint first. Solve it slowly later. By Lu Baochen and his disciples. The next day, bright Bai Lu Chen stretches. Just getting ready for a new day of firewood chopping. Suryu's voice came from beside him. I saw Suryu with her huge dark circles under her eyes. Tell Bai Ruchen what happened last night. Who would have thought? His master directly asked how the book was last night. Scared Su Liyu's heart tightened. Hesitant to answer. Bai Luo Cheng chopping firewood. You can have as many as you want. It doesn't matter. The teacher won't do anything to you. Su Liyu had to tell the truth. Obviously, the cultivation secrets given by Master are so good. Read by yourself all night, but only in the middle of the night. Spiritual power is exhausted, and I haven't even read through the books in the middle of the night. Bai Luchen was shocked. The axe in his hand trembled. Said with a cold face and some anger, "You only watched it in the middle of the night. Really have the courage to say it." Suri's face is pale under the moon. Don't dare to have half a quibble. The unshaven man is a mysterious captive teacher, chopping firewood nonstop for 10 years. In the eyes of outsiders, he is nothing but a firewood chopping. You can't do anything. I didn't expect the last moment of enrollment. Finally, a woman was willing to be his apprentice. And this woman is not simple. It is the reincarnation of a 100-year-old loose fairy, and she worshipped under the gate of Bailua City. I just saw the potential door of Uncle chopping wood. And the first night I just came to Kingwon Peak. I met a disciple of the Royal Demon Department who came to steal the horse. The captive books that led to Baloken giving you watched it in the middle of the night. And the next day, Su Liu talks to Bai Luochen about her learning loss. Bai Luoxin's giant wood chopping axe trembled. Su Liu thought that the master was going to reprimand him. When learning ability is poor, unexpectedly, Bai Luochen actually praised him. I thought he could only see. I didn't expect to read this prisoner book in the middle of the night. Books are white dust and death as one. Suryu can watch midnight. It's enough to prove that you are very capable. Then Bai Ruhan transformed into a luminous ball with one hand. Combine into a token and throw it to Suryu. With this, you can enter and exit the library at will. Study other exercises. You can go to a higher level when the token is upgraded. The secrets there will be better. Su Lingyu stared blankly at the token in her hand. If not, Bai Ruokan continued to talk about another row of upgrades. Student tasks and trials are okay. Su Lingyu listened carefully to Bai Ruokan talking about numbers. Pretend to be happy and thank yourself for this poem. But I thought to myself, this token is better than the book given by the master. That's a world apart. And I have been a loose cultivator for 10,000 years. What high-level secrets have you not seen? In his own little vault. I don't know how many high-quality cheats are in stock. How could it be possible to read the Academy's practice secrets? The cultivation method of this Academy is simply rubbish. The lucky books given to me by my master can be studied for a lifetime. Suddenly, Su Liu saw Bai Luochen looking at the foot of King Manfeng Mountain. It seems that something has attracted the attention of the master. Lifetime sound transmission technique resounded throughout Kingluan Peak. Suryu actually wanted him to go down the mountain quickly. To be punished. Su Liu turned to look at Bai Luochen. Say, these people must have been injured by themselves last night. People who encounter demons come for revenge. He could not help but timidly explain to Bai Luochen. I'm afraid that my master will be unhappy and reprimanded. Unexpectedly, Bai Ruofen smiled heartily. Just let him study with peace of mind. Leave the rest to the master to solve. After saying that, he took Suryu and walked towards the portal. Ready to see what's going on? At this time, the crowd outside the portal is dark. He, Shang, the senior brother of the demon department, led the law enforcement in Kinloen, shouting in front of the peak portal. Prepare to give Kinloen Peak's master and apprentice a good job. Who is Uncle Firewood? Can you afford it casually? This time, the law enforcement team kicked the iron plate. Bai Luoken's disciples are so powerful. Then his master's skills are even more unfathomable. Just now, black crowds come to Kinloen Peak. He looked coldly at the portal in front of him. Prepare to give Kinloen Peak's master and apprentice a disgrace. Bai Luochen slowly walked out with Su Lingyu. I looked around the crowd. I heard the law enforcement hall flying in the air. Said to Song Mao, Su Lingyu ignored the rules of the academy. Malicious harm to the same door. It has been verified that this is a fact. Yao Bai Rosin respects the rules of the hospital. Hand over Su Lingyu to the law enforcement hall for interrogation. Song Lang as Shande. The whole city is overlooking. Looking at Bai Ruoshen with cold eyes, Bai Ruoshen was very unhappy. No gifts, right? He smiled and said that this battle was quite big. While walking forward with Su Yu, who was panicked. Everywhere. The crowd that was just aggressive. Silently make way. Another law enforcement hall member watched Bai Luocheng. They ignored him. Raise the arrest warrant. I reiterated again to take it away. In the book. At this time, Bai Luocheng slowly put down the saw axe in his hand. I said it calmly, not in a hurry. Pointing at the crosstalk behind the law enforcement hall, he asked, "Could it be that the disciples of the demon department cleared me up last night? Is the horse theft just over?" Asked by Bai Luocheng. Scared and crosstalk. I can't hide. I had to bite the bullet and falter. My brothers and sisters don't hate this. I have been punished. He gave a cold snort. No malice. He turned to look at Suri. Tell the 3 people in the sky that my apprentice is too. I accidentally hurt them. I will punish myself. Well, don't bother the law enforcement hall. Seeing Bai Rufuken with Su Liu. Going back to the chant. And the crosstalk will not give up. Law enforcement hall has been convicted. If you are so protective, that's going to be embarrassing. Hearing the threat, Bai Luocheng turned around at the same time. Instantly released terrifying pressure. Scared everyone. I swallowed my saliva involuntarily. He Shengsheng saw that his deterrence was not working. Screaming madly. Let the law enforcement hall handle Bai Ruheng. This is a crime of no blame. Wanton cover-up. Sin +1. Quickly capture Suri Yu. Yizheng Hospital. Bai Ruhalken looked at the pretending crosstalk. I'm really angry. I really want to pull it off and give him a big pocket. Too late, too soon. The 2 leaders of the law enforcement hall no longer asked lightly. Things fell to the ground with a swoosh. Threatening Bai Luocheng coldly. If you don't hand over Suri Yu, you're welcome to the prince. Hear this. Bai Luocheng slandered him and looked at the law enforcement team. Don't take them seriously at all. In front of so many people, cause to feel insulted. The face is very dull. The body immediately exudes spiritual energy. He threatened to capture the 2 of them today. Stay in the law enforcement hall and be punished together. After saying that, he took out the accessories with Song Lang and rushed up. Who has so much courage? Dare to challenge the majesty of the firewood saint. He also threatened to take them both away. To punish is simply impatient. Encouraged the 2 leaders of the law enforcement hall to head to the front. He crosstalked, hiding in the dark behind the battle. Look coldly at everything in front of you. Laughing at the master and apprentice of Bailuo City is really beyond my own control. Law enforcement teams close at hand are getting closer. Bailuo City is unmoved. Just patted Zuliyu's shoulder lightly. Just let him fight. Just check yesterday. Late learning. Finally, don't forget to remind. Don't let the teacher down. Finish. I just watched Suryu stride towards the law enforcement hall. Song Lang and Xiao Chen were shocked. Could it be that this person is here to die? Waving the knife, he slashed at Suryu's face, and Suryu dodged sideways. Don't forget to mock. This Song Lang and Xiao Cheng felt like they were being played. Increase the spiritual power and cut it down again, but they were all flexibly dodged by the repair shop. Song Lang is even more angry. How could this person be so fast? My knife can't catch up with a woman's speed. A few flashes in a row. Suryu easily dodged all their attacks. This speed and dodging ability, it's really amazing. Suryu was also shocked. No wonder the master wants to check the results of his studies last night. The prisoner book was only read in the middle of the night, can exert such unimaginable abilities. If you learn, then the world is invincible. The more Su Lin thought about it, the more excited he was.